friends! Today I wanted to do a summer tutorial using only drugstore products, and not just only drugstore products, only one drugstore brand. So I used all of Maybelline and I really like this look. It's just a bronzy sort of goldish eye with some pretty peachy cheeks and a little bronze on there, and then a peachy lips. So I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. Just to let it all out there, Maybelline is absolutely not paying me for this video. I just decided to use their products because I really wanted to do a drugstore tutorial for summertime, and I do have a lot of Maybelline products, and all these products you can purchase in your local drugstore right now. So a couple of them just came out and I'm really excited to show you those new products, and I think I just want to get into it. So first I'm going to be taking this Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. I just picked this up. I believe that it's a new product. It was on the shelf with all the new summer products, so I wanted to show you guys how you could use this. I believe this was $7.99 at the store that I purchased it from. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this on my finger. I just put it on my middle finger here, and I'm going to dot it onto my face. And I'm looking at a mirror behind the camera, so sorry if I'm not looking at you. Just going to dot this on my face. You don't need a lot. You don't want a ton on your face because it is summertime, so you don't want to be like cake face over here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a stippling brush. This is actually a limited edition brush from MAC. MAC 187 special edition. It had the like glitter handle. I got it for Christmas, but any stippling brush like this would do well, or you can blend it in with your fingers, but I just feel like I have a better finish when I use a stippling brush. So if this is not as much coverage as you like, this is fine for me. I want my freckles to be shown, but I want a little bit of that redness to diminish. Obviously you can still see it, but if you do want a second layer of this, I love BB creams for that reason. They're so soft and silky that you can do another layer of it and it doesn't look too heavy. If you were to use like a full coverage foundation and you decided that you wanted another layer of it, it would be pretty thick. So that's what I like about doing just a small amount. And then if you want any more, you definitely can, but I think that this is what I want to go for. So sticking in the Maybelline realm, like I was saying, I'm going to use the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Studio cream eyeshadows. This one is in bold gold. I think I've used this maybe a couple times in a video. I really like this color. It's just a nice goldish color, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. So I'm just taking my ring finger and applying this with just my finger. You could definitely use a flat shader brush or a concealer brush to put these on, but I'm just going to use my finger and I'm just piling this on, and then I'm going to do this to the other eye. The reason that I'm doing like my whole face and stuff, usually I'll just do like one eye just to save time, is this look really does not take much time at all, so I wanted to show how little time it takes to really do your makeup like this, and I think it looks really good and it's inexpensive. Next I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Expert Wear eyeshadow. This is in Sunbaked Neutrals. The colors that I'm going to be using for myself is this highlight color right down here. I wish that I could tell you what name it was, but it's just this color down here. That's going to be for my highlight. I'm going to use this goldish color all over my lid. I'm going to be using this matte taupey color for my crease, and then for my outer corner I'm going to be using this deeper gold color. So sorry, I don't know. So it's these four right here, but in kind of a weird order. It's highlight, lid, crease, outer corner. Highlight, lid, crease, outer corner. Highlight, lid, crease. Okay, this video is going to be way too long. So starting with that highlight color, I'm just going to be using a MAC 227 brush. It's just a large, fluffy brush that I can place the highlight right underneath my brow. And I'm going to place a little bit of this in my inner corner, and all I do for this is kind of turn my brush on its side and then get it in there for the inner corner. Next, using a MAC 239 brush, I'm going to be taking that lid color that I showed you. It's just a nice kind of bronzy gold color, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. It really looks nice over that bold gold, so if you're gonna go out and get any Maybelline products, I would definitely suggest all the ones that I've shown you so far and the ones that are coming up. But definitely this is great for summer, and I think that these colors look really good on the lid, especially if you have blue eyes. I haven't tried it on any other eye color, but I'm sure it'd be great on any other eye color too. Using a fluffy blending brush, I'm using the MAC 224. I'm going to be taking that matte taupey color, and I'm just going to run this through my crease. This is mainly just creating that nice shadow. Looks really natural. And it kind of takes away the shimmer and kind of blends those colors up into the highlight really well. Finally, using a MAC 217, the number has definitely rubbed off here. I'm going to be using that color that I said I was going to be using on the outer corner, and I'm going to use it on the outer corner. And all I do is I just go to my outer corner and I basically just tap this in. I just press it into my lid, just so it creates that shadow right there. And we will be toning this down a little bit when we blend it all together. So I'm going to be taking my blending brush again to blend this all together. I'm going to go back into that highlight color and just grab a little bit on my brush, tap it off, and I'm just going to start blending everything together. Grabbing that highlight color just kind of makes everything look a little bit softer and blends a little bit better, rather than just taking the blending brush and just like throwing it all on your lid. I really like doing this because it kind of blends all the colors together and it looks more unified, and it looks like you never had it really harsh in the first place, which you saw we definitely did have it harsh in the first place. So that is it. I'll blend it out. Using my Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express Mascara. It is in this aqua tube, and mine's just in Very Black. And this is the wand of it, and I'm just going to start at the base of my lashes, wiggle the wand upwards, and apply the mascara to my lashes. Sorry, I'm the worst at talking and doing my makeup. I'm also the worst at showing you guys my nostrils. And with this mascara, I like to do 2 coats just because I have blonde lashes. So I just go ahead and do a second coat depending on how comfortable you are with the amount of black or the thickness of your lashes. You can definitely go with 1 coat. Just for me, I feel more comfortable doing 2 coats. And you can actually leave it like this if you want, with no mascara on the bottom lashes. But for me, since I do have blonde lashes, I like to put mascara on my bottom lashes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. All I do is I just wiggle my wand across my bottom lashes and do that to the other side. Alright, so that's the eye look. It's just a nice little bronzy kind of gold summery eye. Oh, I got out of focus. And then I just applied the mascara onto that, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be putting on my cheeks. The first thing I'm going to be putting on my cheeks is the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in Rose Petal. Rose Petal right there. It's a really pretty pink color. Used it quite a few times. And all I do with this is I literally take my finger. Now I have a couple dirty fingers here, so I'm going to be using my pointer finger, but your ring finger is what I suggest. So I just take my pointer finger and then I apply this onto the apples of my cheeks. So to find your apples, you just give yourself a little smile, and then I just start tapping this into my cheeks and then working it upwards. Working it upwards makes it look more natural with the blush. So all I do is basically just tap it in, and then it kind of just works itself out. So you can kind of see that this side of my face has a little bit more color. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of the rose petal, there it is on my finger, and I'm going to smile to find my apples on this side. I concentrate it mostly on the apples and then start to bring it up. Again, sorry for looking behind the camera. I'm sure that's annoying. Now this is the second new product that I saw at the drugstore. This is the Dream Bouncy Bronzer, which is literally the same concept as the Bouncy blush, but just in a bronzer. So the one that I got is called Sun Glow. They also had a more kind of yellowy toned one, but this one is very dark, so definitely use a light hand with this, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So you could definitely apply this bronzer with your fingers, and you could probably get you know, a pretty good definition with it, but for me, I definitely think that if I'm going to try and contour my cheekbones with this, I want to use a brush. So I'm just using a angled foundation brush like this. You can find these literally everywhere. I got mine from Costco in a pack, so, and I like that it has the synthetic brushes rather than like the natural ones because it is going to pick up cream product a lot better. So to do this, I kind of gather the bristles together so that they don't go all crazy, and I just kind of sweep back and forth on here, and then I have the product on there. Now you don't want to put a lot of this on because it is cream. It's going to be like extremely bright, so all I do is I literally start tapping it in, and I can build it up from there. See, even then it's like a lot. It is a lot. So I'm gonna do that on the other side. I really love cream bronzers, but they can be the death of you. So now that I have applied that with my brush, I'm going to then take my fingers. I have just wiped them off with a makeup wipe, and I'm going to blend this in. Now if you start off with the fingers, I feel like you're not going to get as good of a definition of a line. Whereas this, I think it kind of blends a little bit better because you created that line first. And if you need help, you can make the fishy face. I kind of just bring it up a little higher. And then there's a little bit of bronzer on my face. Now you could apply this more on your face, whether you want it a little bit more on your face, but I just wanted it to kind of contour my cheekbones so that I don't look like I have such a large face. So I'm not going to do a ton on my lips because I really want the focus to be on my eyes, but I am going to be using my Maybelline Baby Lips chapstick that I absolutely love. I've already started using it to death. I love this one. This is the Peppermint one. It's in the green and purple packaging. And I definitely think that you could just end with a chapstick because it does make it really glossy, but I'm going to use a tiny bit of color on my lips. This is Peachy Scene from Maybelline, and it's just a nice kind of peachy pink color, and I'm just going to apply this to my lips. Now since I don't want like a huge like colored lip, all I'm going to do is tap this in to my lips, and since I have already put it on that glossy color, it's going to work as if I'm putting on just a light gloss, but I'm getting that color on there. So that is the look, you guys. I hope that you really enjoy it. I really like doing it. I don't think it takes a lot of time. This video may be long because I kind of talk and talk and talk while I'm doing my makeup, but really it's not complicated at all. You need just a few products, and they're all from the drugstore, so hopefully they'll be in an affordable range. Again, Maybelline is in no way paying me for this video. I just wanted to do a drugstore tutorial, and I wanted to use my favorite brand from the drugstore, and that's Maybelline. At the moment, it always changes, so, but I really like what Maybelline's been bringing out with the Bouncy blushes, and then I really like the Bouncy bronzers, and I'm in love with the BB cream. So these two things are for sure coming out with the summer collection, so look on the end caps for these, and then I think everything else is just, you know, permanent, so you can look for those. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.